Well, it's a beautiful day here in Iowa. We have just arrived at the off-ramp to Pella, Iowa. The traffic is already backed up. They're expecting thousands upon thousands of people here today for the annual Tulip Time Festival. It's beautiful. There's not a cloud in the sky, no rain, no wind.
So right now
an abrupt
it's
stop.
About 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's showing about 68 degrees.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. We're going to have a lovely time at the Tulip Festival. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of beautiful tulips in many, many varieties, many, many colors. We're going to take you along with us, and we're going to show you everything about Tulip Time here in Pella, Iowa today. Let's go.
So when you say, how are you? I say, okie dokie. When you say, well, you'll be true, I say, okie dokie. Can't you tell I love you? Okie dokie. You are ready, I am too. Okie dokie. Let's do the okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka. And okie dokie all night long. So when you say, how are you? I say, okie dokie. When you say, well, you'll be true, I say, okie dokie. Can't you see I love you? Okie dokie. You are ready, I am too. Okie dokie. We'll do the okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka. And okie dokie all night long.
State fans, I should apologize. You're the yellow sheet this time. Alright? Everybody else.
Here we are at Smoky Row. I challenged Jim to order everything that had the word Dutch in it. And so there's a Dutch mocha here, but it's a little warm already for a Dutch mocha. And then there was a Dutch sandwich, but he wanted a bacon cheeseburger. But we did get Dutch letters, and we're going to enjoy those out in the park later on today. So we'll show you what the Dutch letters look like. Cheers.
What you see here is what Holland looks like. All these buildings are actually over in Holland. As you travel through Holland, you'd see these buildings someplace. This would be all different city buildings over there, and the rest of it would be out in the country and in small towns and this sort of thing. And you'd actually see them. If you've never been to Holland, put it on your bucket list, because it's a neat place to go visit.
Bring the hop. You know what? I'll go. Yeah. Thanks. This handmade wooden gear.
I'm having a hard time walking up here. I have a fear of heights, and my legs are wobbly. Gosh. It's crazy. I can't walk. I got you anyways.
How you doing?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
You've been standing here all day?
Just about. My feet tell me that I have.
Sit down. I find a bench. Are you finding famous people?
You're the first.
I know. Mary Poppins here.
So we've been walking around the Dutch village here in Pella, and we have been inside and toured Wyatt Earp's childhood home, the largest working grain mill, a Dutch grain mill in the United States. We got a little knock-kneed up there because it is way high up, and both Papa Jim and I, we were a little unsteady and unsure of ourselves.
The area, the standing area on the top of the windmill, when you walk out, it literally, you can see the slats through all the way to the ground.
Yeah, there's like a gap of like 2 inches between each board, and you can see straight down. So it was a little nerve-wracking.
When we went back in, one of the ladies said that she assures us that it was made out of ironwood, but
it's going to take a lot of ironwood to keep this mama above the ground. But we've also toured the blacksmith shop. We toured the wooden shoe factory where they make them. Look at this. Look what we're bringing home.
Yeah.
We're bringing home our own wooden shoe. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We have to decide where we're going to put this. And we had our lunch, but we weren't. Colonel Mustard's with us.
Colonel Mustard.
We had lunch, but we didn't get traditional Danish or Dutch fare, but we did get our Dutch letters. So we found a nice little table here in the corner. It's nice and quiet, and we're going to enjoy a traditional Dutch dessert. So we have our Danish letters with us. They both say S's. Is it S regardless of what? Is it an S or a 5? I don't know. It's a Dutch letter, so it's an S. So this is very fine pastry. They've been making them here for generations. I believe there's 4th generation family members still working in the bakery. And they have a really delicious almond paste in the middle.
Oh.
So we're going to go ahead and try some.
I tried the end of it.
You tried the end of it? That's good.
It's really good.
We don't have anything to drink, though. This is very, very good. It's very sweet, but not overpowering. And the layers and layers and layers of flaky crust.
Very flaky.
Very good. Now, we went by the bakery to buy these directly from the bakery and watch them be made. There was a line 2 blocks long to get in. We'll stop by later and see if it's any easier to get in and see if we can actually watch them make this. That was my plan for today, was actually watch them make the Dutch letters. Now we got to watch them make the wooden shoes, and we have a wooden shoe, but we haven't had the chance to watch them make the Danish letters. So we're going to go back and see if we can do that, these Dutch letters.
If they even have anything left.
If they have anything left.
It's
now,
very busy here.
extremely busy here today. We toured the windmill, and even though it's not operational today, we did see where they grind wheat that is used by the bakeries to make the desserts, and we're going to take 2 pounds of wheat home with us that was actually milled in the big grain mill.
The flour.
The flour. What did I say?
The wheat.
Okay,
The wheat
I said it
flour.
right. The wheat flour. So we've got the pipe organ going in the
But that's
background.
the same flour that I think they make all this stuff with.
They make all of the desserts here. They make it with wheat that they grind up here in this mill. So that's pretty cool. We didn't take pictures, but we did go inside where back in the day where the miller would live with his family on the 2nd or 3rd floor. Very tiny little living quarters. They sleep sitting up. The living quarters are very small, and they would sleep sitting up. I need a coffee.
It's amazing they're that good for being as simple as they are.
The filling, the almond paste on the inside, the texture almost reminds me if you take cinnamon and sugar with butter. Yum, very delicious.
I can taste some almond now. I can't. What do they call them? Dutch letters. They're all S's.
For spectacular. Sprechen the Dutch?
I'm surprised they weren't D's for Dutch.
What about peas for Pella? This little village is adorable.
So this is a village inside of Pella. More of a touristy to show you kind of different.
A lot of the footage that we've shown you today is from
Elements.
inside this little village. We had to pay extra to come inside, so if you come to Pella, just know that it does have a fee to come into the extra little village inside.
Where you get to tour Wyatt Earp's house, childhood house. You get to do the windmill. You get to see him make the wooden shoes. How they grind
Corn over here.
in the corn mill. Blacksmith. So there's a bunch of. It's like a little community inside of a community.
Now, what's interesting is we saw where they grind the wheat by the power of the wind, but we also saw where they grind the corn with the power of water.
And we also saw the what do they call it? The organ grinder. They have electric motor on it now, but it used to be hand crank to do that organ.
And that organ is from 1890, I believe.
And they would the sheet music that would play across of it with all the holes in it would operate different levers that would allow air through tubing to go to the different whistles and the different mechanisms to do the pounding and stuff. And it's all mechanical. It's just, for being a gearhead, that amazes me.
You enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's quite a few elements here that Papa Jim has really enjoyed. So this is a really great destination for gearheads or those who like to see how things work, as well as those who appreciate the flowers, all kinds of neat historical things.
Right.
It's really a great day so
It
far.
is.
My feet hurt.
Yeah.
I'm going to admit that my feet hurt.
I got one of my legs is kind of hurt a little bit. I don't know if it's my right leg or my other right leg. So a lot of we've done. If you want to see various things in this little village, you have to go up and down stairs, and so
They do have elevators for some things, but not all things.
Yeah.
But just know you're going to be doing a lot of stair climbing.
we need a drink. We need a coffee or
I was going to say this would be perfect with a coffee, and we don't have a coffee. On the way out, I think we need to buy 2 more Dutch letters and take them home so we can have them with coffee in the morning. So we managed to find coffee in the little bakery right here. And I went in to get us some creamer for our coffee, and I found out a secret. It's not so secret, but I found out why the Dutch letters are in the shape of an S.
why is that?
I learned something new today. The Dutch letters are in the shape of the S because they used to be made only at Christmas time, and the S represents S for Sinterklaas, which is the Danish Dutch tradition of Santa Claus.
Really?
So the S is for Sinterklaas. So we have coffee now. We've finished our Dutch letters, but we do have a lovely cup of coffee. We're just going to enjoy the coffee, listen to the fountains, the pipe organ that's been playing in the background. But I think when we're done here in the village, we're going to go on out to the main square where there are thousands and thousands and thousands of tulips to enjoy. So we're
Along
going to
with
finish
thousands and
these
thousands and thousands of
of
people.
people.